right, these are the guns I'm gonna be testing out today, and I think it'll probably turn out to be a pretty cool video, and we'll both learn something, or we'll all learn something together. First gun I'm gonna test out is a Glock 19 Compensated, all right? This is my absolute favorite Glock that I own. I carry this gun all the time. It's super reliable. Yes, it does get dirtier than a standard Glock. You have to clean it a little more often, and when I say a little more often, I clean this gun about every 1,000 to 1,500 rounds. So it is a very reliable gun. It's a very soft shooting gun. Next gun we're going to compare it to is the Glock 17C. This is also a very good gun, very reliable gun. I hardly ever have malfunctions out of this gun, but I don't shoot this gun a ton. It's a 17. I do like a 17, but I just don't carry it that much. So like the 19, it does get dirtier faster than a standard non-compensated Glock. But again, every 1,000 to 1,500 rounds, give it a good cleaning, and it runs like a top. Now, the bonus gun I'm gonna test out today is my 34 with the KKM comp on the end. I already know this gun is gonna shoot flatter and softer. What I don't know is how much flatter and how much softer it's gonna shoot. So we're gonna try this one out and compare it against the ported guns and see how a compensated gun acts compared to a ported gun. Now, this isn't a fair comparison. It's a fair comparison between the 19 and the 17C. But then when you add a full-on comp to the end of a gun, especially a KKM comp, it's kind of unfair. But just for curiosity's sake, I want to see what the difference is felt-wise in recoil and flatness-wise, how flat the gun shoots. So let's go down here, hang up a few targets, put some rounds down range. All right, first up, Glock 19C. We're gonna see what the, first of all, I'm gonna see how soft the gun shoots, if it shoots any softer than a regular 19. With the camera, we wanna see what the muzzle rise is, and I wanna see how fast I can put 10 rounds on target. All right, here we go. All right, Glock 17C, and this is from 7 yards, all right? So Glock 17C, let's see what the muzzle rise is on this. Glock 34 or polymer 80 with a 34 slide, KKM comp. Let's see the difference between this one. Tell me if y'all can see any difference in the muzzle rise. I can tell the difference. I don't know if it comes across on camera. I'll have to go back and look at it, but I can tell a definite difference. All right. I'm gonna shoot the 17 for 2 mags, just kind of get a feel for it. Then I'm gonna transition over to the 19 for 2 mags and get a feel for it. Kind of got a feel for what the 17 feels like. Let's see what this 19 feels like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the 19 has less recoil. And in my subjective opinion, because this is all subjective, in my subjective opinion, that's quite a bit less felt recoil. Now, muzzle flip, I don't know. I'm not watching the camera right now. I don't know what the muzzle flip is. I feel like I have a pretty good grip for handguns, so I'm able to tame even guns that recoil quite heavy. I'm usually able to tame them pretty well. But I will say I felt faster with the 19C, and I wasn't trying to go real fast. But as soon as my sight settled back down, I was able to pop this 19 off a little bit quicker, and it felt like it didn't move around quite as much. Let's go back here and let's talk about the comp guns versus the ported guns. Let's talk about the difference between a compensated gun, a gun that has a compensator on the end of the barrel, versus a ported gun. With my Glock 34, this is a compensated gun. If you'll look on the end of the barrel, my KKM comp is screwed on to the barrel itself. All right, your compensated guns, that's exactly what they are. It's an additional piece that's on the end of the barrel, whether it's milled onto the barrel as one piece or whether you screw it on and affix it to the barrel. A comp is something that goes onto the end of the barrel, all right? Now, a ported gun, like a Glock 19C or a Glock 17C, is going to have cuts in the slide, and it's also, if you can see, going to have cuts in the barrel to let gas escape. Now, ported guns and comp guns do the same thing, they just do it in different ways. A ported gun releases gas while it's inside the barrel, while the bullet is inside the barrel, where a comped gun releases gas once the bullet has already exited the barrel. You're going to lose a little bit of velocity with a ported gun, where you won't lose velocity with a compensated gun. Now, Glock calls their models C, a 19C or a 17C. It's kind of misleading because a Glock 17C is not compensated, it's ported. So it should be a Glock 19P or a Glock 17P, but that's just what Glock did. Ported guns, the cuts will be in the barrel, the gas escapes through the barrel while the bullet is still in the barrel. A comped gun, the gas escapes through ports outside of the barrel once the bullet has already left the barrel. All right, that's kind of an easy way to remember it. Now, in my opinion, compensated guns are more effective at holding the muzzle down than ported guns, but ported guns are still effective. One negative with a ported gun is that you lose some velocity from your round because the gas is escaping the barrel while your bullet is still in the barrel. Where a comped gun or a compensated gun, you don't lose velocity on the round because the bullet is already exiting the barrel when the gas pushes through the comps. Basically, the way a comp and a ported barrel work are the same. Gas escapes through these cuts in the barrel, through the cuts in the slide, and help force the muzzle down. So when the muzzle is trying to come up under recoil, the gas tries to force it back down. Same way with a compensated gun. The gas is, or the round, when you fire the gun, the recoil is trying to come up, but the gas is being expelled through the ports trying to force the muzzle back down. It's a pretty simple concept, but not all compensators are created equal. in my opinion, and I've shot several of them, I think the KKM is the gold standard with compensators. I don't know what they've done with their engineering of it, and there's several of them that look like KKMs, but they don't perform like KKMs. They're similar, but in my opinion, the KKM activates the most. When I say activate, it holds the muzzle down the most. Now, I was shooting standard 115 grain full metal jacket blazer brass ammo. If you want your comp or your ported gun to really, if you want those ports to really activate, you have to shoot hotter ammo, such as self-defense ammo, 124 plus P, NATO spec ammo, 147 plus P, and 115 plus P. Anytime you can get more pressure out of the round, the compensator or the port works more effectively. The more pressure, the more it holds it down. So it's kind of opposite from a non-ported gun. With a non-ported gun, you get more recoil with the hotter ammo. With a ported or a compensated gun, you get less recoil with the hotter ammo because that extra pressure helps force that muzzle back down. So anyway, that's kind of a difference between a port and a comp gun. There are differences, even though they work in a similar manner. And hopefully with the video, you can kind of see the difference between the Glock 19C, the Glock 17C in performance as far as the recoil, the muzzle rise. And hopefully you can see the difference between the KKM compensator. I'll tell you without a doubt, the softest shooting gun was this one right here. Partly because of the weight, but mostly because of the compensator on the end. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers. And I'm getting close. I'm somewhere around 950. So I need about 50 more to get 1,000 subscribers. So help me out if you like the video, if you like the content. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But I appreciate y'all watching, and y'all have a good one.